Hello children, welcome to General Science class. Today our topic is basic practices of crop production. Cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. You may find that these all activities or tasks are similar to those carried out by a gardener or even by you when you grow ornamental plants in your home. So, these activities or tasks are referred as agriculture practices. So, what are the agriculture practices? Preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, storage. So, first one is preparation of soil. The preparation of soil is the first step before growing crop. One of the most important tasks in agriculture is to turn the soil and loosen it. So, the process of loosening and turning of soil is called tilling or ploughing. The process of loosening and turning of soil is called tilling or ploughing. This process is done by using some of the equipments like plough. Okay? So, the plough is made up of wood or iron. If the soil is so much dry, it may need watering before sowing. So, the loosened soil helps in growth of earthworms and microbes present in the soil, and these organisms are referred as friends of farmer. That is why the earthworms are friends of farmers. So, here these organisms are friends of the farmer since they further turn and loosen the soil and add humus to it. So, sometimes this manure is added to soil before tilling. This helps. So, adding manure to soil helps in proper mixing of manure to soil and the farmer will get proper yield, and also the soil is moistened before sowing. So, some of the agriculture implements mean some of the instruments to use to do this process of tilling or ploughing process. Before sowing the seed, it is very necessary to break the soil clumps to get better yield. This is done with the help of various tools. The main tools used for this purpose are plough, hoe and cultivator. Plough. This is being used since ancient times for tilling process, tilling the soil. Adding fertilizer to the crop, removing the weeds and turning the soil. And this is made up of, the plough is an instrument we can do the ploughing process. This plough is made up of with iron and wood as well. So, hoe, it is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds. Weeds is nothing but undesirable plants. So, those undesirable plants, weeds, to remove we can use hoe, and for loosening the soil as well. So, cultivator. Cultivator is nothing but tractor. So, by using that cultivator, the farmer can save their time and also labor, and finally can save their money. So, these are the agriculture implements included to prepare the soil before the cultivation time. Sowing. Next step is sowing. Sowing is an important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality and clean and healthy seeds of a good variety crop we should select, farmers should select. Farmers prefer to use seeds which give high yield. So, this sowing technique we can follow traditional tools and seed drill as well. Before sowing, one of the important tasks is to know about the tools used for sowing seed. Traditional tool. The tool used traditionally for sowing seeds to shape like a funnel. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place the seeds there. Next one is seed drill. Nowadays, the seed drill is used for sowing with the help of tractors. This tractor sows, this seed drill sows the seeds uniformly at equal distance and depth. It ensures that seeds get covered by soil after sowing. This protects seeds from being eaten by birds as well. That is why the seed drill technique to sow a seed is the best technique, and also the farmers can save time and labor as well. Next one is adding manure and fertilizers. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. Soil supplies minerals, nutrients to the crop plants, correct? These nutrients are very important, essential for the growth of a plants. In certain areas, in some areas, farmers grow crop after crop in the same field, means repeated cropping, repeated cultivation. The field is never left uncultivated or fallow. So imagine what happens to the nutrients. The plant can or the crops can get the nutrients sufficiently if the farmers are following continuous cultivation. At that time, the farmer should use some manures and fertilizers to increase the yields of a crop. Manure is an organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plant or animal waste. For example, farmers dump plants and animals waste in a pits at open places and allow it to decompose. The decomposition is caused by some microorganisms. The decomposed matter is used as organic matter, and this is called vermicompost and also manure. The use of fertilizers has helped farmers to get better yield or crops such as wheat, paddy and maize. But excessive use of fertilizers has made the soil less fertile. So as much as possible, farmers should use manure to avoid the fertilizers to get the more crop yield. So what are the differences between fertilizers and manure? Fertilizer is a man-made inorganic salt and manure is and it is decomposed of plant and animal matter. Fertilizer is prepared in factories, but manure we can prepare ourselves at home. Fertilizer does not promote or provide any humus to the soil, but manure can give humus to the soil, which is very essential for good, very healthy plant growth. Fertilizers are rich in so many nutrients, but compared to fertilizers, manure does not have so much nutrients. Next, what are the advantages of manures? Manures have so many advantages, means it enhances the water level capacity of the soil, and also it will increase the soil fertility and add humus to the soil, which is very good and essential for plant growth, and also improve the texture of the soil. Next one is irrigation. The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, soil to soil and season to season as well. So what are the sources of irrigation? The sources of irrigation or supplying water are wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams and canals as well. Irrigation. To supply water to the crop, farmers uses traditional methods and modern methods of irrigations. The water available in wells, lakes and canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions and for taking this water to the fields. So to supply water to the crops, farmers uses some traditional methods of irrigation and modern methods of irrigation. Modern methods of irrigation helps us to use water economically. The main methods are used, means the systems which are used for this irrigation process mainly in modern technology, sprinkler system and drip system. So sprinkler system, this system is more useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available, and the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles on the top, and these nozzles are joined to the main pipeline at a regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under the pressure with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. So it gets sprinkled on the crop as if it is raining. So sprinkler is very useful for lawns, coffee plantation and several other crops as well. So next one is drip system. In this drip irrigation system, the water falls drop by drop. The water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. So it is called a drip system, and it is the best technique for watering some fruit plants, gardens and trees as well. So water is not wasted at all in this type of irrigation system. So it is a boon in regions where availability of water is very poor compared to the sprinkler system. So, this is the best irrigation system for farmers. Next one is protection from weeds. Weeds are nothing but undesired plants. So, in a field, many other undesirable plants may grow naturally along with a desirable crop. These undesirable plants, unwanted plants are called weeds. The removal of weeds is called weeding process. The removal of weeds is called weeding. This weeding is very necessary since the weeds compete with the crop plants for water, nutrients, space and light. Thus, they affect the growth of the crop. Some weeds interfere even in harvesting and may be poisonous for animals as well as human beings. That's why farmer need to remove or cut these weeds by using some weedicides. What are the weedicides? Weeds are also controlled by using some chemicals. Those chemicals are called weedicides. The manual removing of these weedicides includes some physical removing techniques also, and by using some chemicals like weedicides, the farmers can control the weeds in a crop field. So, for example, 2,4-D, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyestic acid is one of the herbicide which is used as a weedicide during the cultivation time. By using this, the farmer can control the weeds, undesirable plants which don't want along with the crops. The farmers can avoid those such type of plants, but to remove these crops is very best during the vegetative growth, means before flowering and seed formation. Before seed and flower formation, the farmer should supply this weedicide to the crop to remove or cut the weeds from the crop field. Next one is harvesting. Harvesting of a crop is an important task. The cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. The cutting of crop after it is mature is called harvesting. In harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground, and it is usually take 3 to 4 months of any cereal to mature. Harvesting in our country is either done manually by sickle or by a machine called harvester, which machine is used to do the harvesting process, that is called harvester. Okay. So, here threshing and winnowing are some of the processes for harvesting. And next one is storage. Storage of produce means whatever the yield you will get after, the farmer will get after the harvesting, that where they will store. Storage of produce is an important task. If the harvested grains are to be kept for a longer time, they should be safe from some moisture, insects, rats and also some of the microorganisms. So, to avoid all these problems, the farmers should protect their yield after the harvesting in a safer and neat and clean godowns for future purpose. This is about some agriculture practices. I hope all of you understood, children. We will meet in next class. Thank you.